Hi everyone, my name is Nigel Misako and I'm the head of engineering at Tynwald High School. So here at Tynwald High School, we're a group of students taking enthusiast in robotics, and in our quest to solve real life problems, we created this constructive issues with different functions. For starters, we have the demining robot, which is this one, whereby we noticed a challenge that we're facing as a country and we're able to sit down as a club and do some brainstorming sessions in order to curb that problem, because the main core value of robotics is to solve real life problems. So we created the demining robot to curb the problem of those kind of landmines which are unexploded that can trigger an explosion anytime. So we noticed that this could cause severe impacts to those children using the base park going to school. So we created a robot with sensors. The robot has sensors like metal detectors and ground penetrating radar. Those sensors are there to locate the landmine, and once the landmine is detected, they're able to send feedback to what is known as the control. The control, now being the brains of the robot, it is now able to accept those signals which are sent in analog form and convert them to digital form. Once it does that, it's now able to map out a safer path for excavation. The control now, it also has a radio communication module where we are now able to control the robot from over a safer distance of 200 meters or more. And once we have reached now where the landmine is, we have the major mechanism, which is the claw mechanism. The claw mechanism now, it is powered by high torque motors and those high torque servos. The combination of the servos and the motors, it provides a sufficient force so that we can excavate the soil without triggering an explosion. And the whole inspiration behind the robot, it is the lightning effect on aeroplanes, where we are now able to put the robot in a place where it is now able to absorb the danger and redirect it just in case of an explosion. So this is the demining robot here. And we also have the underground material robot, which is now able to work in mines. And for that robot, I'll call about Tenazo. Tenazo?
Material launcher. So we have noticed that Zimbabwe is a mining-based economy. So we now want to enhance our mining. How? Through implementation of robotics through those mines. So the first thing that we're going to be able to do with this robot here is that we're going to be able to launch what we call reinforcement capsules. In mines like in Shamba, there are places whereby humans cannot safely go there alone. So we want to be able to launch these reinforcement capsules so that the stones that are supporting the shaft are not able to detonate or to collapse. So those reinforcement capsules are not able to be launched manually. So we now want to use this robot here because this technology hasn't been implemented here in Zimbabwe. So we want to be able to make our mining safer for the people. That's the first thing. The second thing is that we have noticed that through manual blasting, there are problems, for example, respiratory problems that are affecting the employees that side. So we now want to be able to do what we call precision blasting through the use of this robot. So to be able to launch materials that will be able to explosives that will be able to blast that material without affecting the humans. Today's theme is about sustainability. So the sustainability element is coming that we're going to be able to do our things at a faster pace without using a lot of resources. That's the first thing, because human capital is very important to us in Zimbabwe. Then the other element of this robot is that we're able to identify toxic gases, because in mines usually there's poor ventilation. So we're going to launch what we call gas pellets that are able to absorb those toxic gases, so that the working environment for the workers is also conducive. That's the first thing. And also we produce higher quality materials. So Laura will proceed with our land.
Thank you, Tanatwa. So to add on to our theme in terms of demining, today our theme is digital pathways for a greener and resilient Africa. So when we were talking about landmines, we noticed that most of the landmines, they are dug into the ground, and they prevent stuff like reforestation and also like farming and doing agriculture. So we found a way to actually try to alleviate that and create a robot that can actually demine those bombs. So we have to start off with the material that it's built with. It's built with light, durable material that is also cheap, that is aluminium. So aluminium does not put a lot of force on the landmine, because landmines, they get triggered by a lot of force. So due to how the robot is actually made and the dimensions, is able to actually avoid that. Then also talking about the power source, we have lithium batteries as well as solar. So in terms of solar is renewable, and it is also everywhere. It's abundant, meaning we can actually make our robot to actually function more and more and well with lithium, as it is also abundant in Zimbabwe. Now, talking about the claw mechanism, we have like an embedded system. We have things like sensors, infrared sensors, metal sensors, as well as gamma rays. So infrared is emitted and it actually gives back like a thermal like representation of where the landmine is. And then we have metal detectors. Most of the landmines, they are made out of metal, so they are able to detect where there's a landmine. And also talking about GIS mapping, the robot can actually scan the land to actually calculate the correct coordinates where the landmine is. And then we then safely take out the landmine and then dig it up and then dispose of it safely. And in terms of digging up, we have things like force penetration. So the actuators on as you can see, the way it's moving, the actuators and the code now communicate to see how much force needs to be applied to be able to dig up the landmine without it triggering it. So we then safely expose the landmine after it has been automatically detonated, and the scrap metal is then used to make other things.
Thank you.
You're welcome.